This for a while. They have been battling hard the whole time. Daniel Dye looked like he's been just a tick quicker. Harrison's car, I think, has fallen off a little bit more. He's having a tough time getting by Annunziato right here. Daniel Dye gave you just a little left tap. That's awesome, though. Move him up out of the way. No harm, no foul.
Behind him is Justin Allgaier, the reigning champ. He's won here, and we haven't even said his name, and we're almost done with the opening stage.
Yeah, and just doesn't seem to have the speed today that we've seen out of the 7 car. Maybe if he can get some track position, Coleman can make a couple adjustments on that in the stage break, but yeah, the 7 car just has not had the speed we've seen out of him on the ovals. We talked about this in the pre-race show. Typically when we go to the ovals, the 7 is the car to beat no matter which oval we go to. That has kind of transitioned to the 88 the last few weeks.
But this is big for him because with Zilich leading and a chance to get 10 stage points, that regular season championship, only 21 points separating them coming in, it would get even tighter.
Huge. Yeah, absolutely. That's going to get, I mean, that could get washed away this weekend, right? I mean, there's a chance Zilich could lead as the points leader right now. It'd be huge.
Battle for third. Chastain in the 941. Sam Mayer, last year's winner. And he was so good last weekend in Indianapolis was Mayer.
Yeah, the 9 car looks really good to me on the long run. We watched him be pretty methodical. He passed Quappo earlier in the race, got by Swalich. He's been really good on the long run. If those guys can have a decent pit stop right when we have this stage break, I think he's one of those guys that can give Zilich a run for his money.
Yeah, he's been good every time he's been behind the wheel. In fact, when you look at that 9 car this year, they've delivered. Van Gisbergen has won. Daniel Suarez from the back in a backup car won in Mexico City. And Chastain trying to do it today, and he picks up a spot here up to third as we hit 5 laps. Going to be 4 laps to go stage 1.
A lot of traffic right here in front of these guys. You see the 41 just trying to get a little bit of fresh air. Those 3 cars lined up on the outside, that's going to be a challenge for these 2 to get by, because they're going to have to stay on the bottom for multiple laps in order to clear these guys.
And look at Swalich. You know, he has a great qualifying run, and even though he started on the front row and he's fallen to 5th, this is what they need to do, is just stay in the game. And he's been so good lately. 3 consecutive top 10 finishes, and his confidence is just swelling right now.
Well, for all the bad luck, they got that all out of the way early on in the season, Adam, and he's done a great job. There's a lot of hype around William coming into this year, and that was frustrating, I know, when it just seemed like nothing was going their way. But they have not really raced well. They've qualified well. He's done a really nice job in the race of staying out of trouble, which has been key. And he's fast. He's had speed every single weekend.
And I give credit to the guy you see here, Jeff Mindring, his signal caller, the crew chief, who's really done an outstanding job in recent years working with young drivers. Couple of laps to go. Stage 1, 4 rookies in the top 10. We talk about Swalich. Carson Quapple is there racing with him, trying to get into the top 5. And this big for Quapple. He has a huge advantage over the cut line, but you don't want to do anything to throw it away late in the regular season. And right behind him is Hocevar. So this is a great little battle for position. Final lap of the opening stage.
Yeah, William did a great job because Quapple was trying to use Blaine Perkins as a pick right there, and William was able to kind of force the issue and get the middle, be able to get back in front of the 1 car.
Connor Zilich, man, has he been unbelievable. 3 consecutive wins on the season, 5 this year, and he just continues to dominate. He wins the opening stage. It's his 5th stage win of the campaign.
Well, he's making it look easy.
He swept the 2 stages in the first short track race of the year at Martinsville. Other drivers getting points. Love, Chastain is there. A Cup driver, Mayer, Swalich. Quapple also got some much-needed points. It's his rookie teammate out front at Iowa.
He's Rookie of the Year.
Mayer, #1 pit stall, which you think is going to be an advantage after qualifying on the pole last week. Unfortunately, they go in the wrong direction. Stage 2 coming up next.
Look at the outside lane. Wow, it has so much momentum as you see the 18's going to get back to the outside of the 9 right there. I almost think if you're at second, you just have to concede that position and choose the outside as you see the 18 slide up in front of Ross right there. It's just, there's so much more momentum at the outside.
It's amazing to me how good the inside lane looks until turn 2. And then it's like you're on ice, and that outside lane just hammers and drives away.
Yeah, it's almost like if you're on the inside, you just have to commit, right, and try to slide up in front of the guy. I think if we get a late race...
I love side-by-side side-by-side on CW because you don't miss anything. But you know who could have done without the side-by-side is
Jesse
Jesse
Love.
Love, because he went from first to third. Chastain gets the lead. Brandon Jones just got around him for second. Let's go back and look and see how the 9 was able to take the top spot away.
Yeah, he worked over Jesse for a few laps. You see him drive in here, you'll pack a bunch of air on that left rear, move that car up the racetrack. This took multiple laps to happen, but once he got to the inside, I think the 2 car, the balances went away on that car because he's faded quickly. Once Chastain was able to get by him, Brandon Jones a couple of laps later did almost the exact same move. So the 2 cars got a weakness right there in the middle of the corner and allowing those guys to get to his left rear.
You know, Mayer had the issue on pit road, and he's been driving that thing since the restart. I always make this, I don't know if driving angry is a thing, but maybe some added motivation.
Without a doubt.
And the miscue was his, right? I mean, you miss it coming in, and now he's driving it for all he's worth, and now we get a caution, and it's going to be for the 71 of Ryan Ellis, who had just gotten the free pass on that last caution. So the Whelen caution lights are on again. Ellis was 26 when it got away.
You have to hustle like that to make a pass.
You hear him talking about trying to hustle it to make the pass. Again, that's that inside just being the weaker side of the racetrack. This is good for Connor Zillage, though. Mike, you start the back, you can pass a few cars on a restart, and get to restack the field. So just take a look right here. Ryan just slides up the racetrack a little bit inside of Alfredo.
I love the dip.
And I'm not sure what will happen here with the free pass.